Hey y'all, it's the Calm Corner Show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Hey Soul Family, back again. I am Erica, your favorite Astro homegirl, and baby, today it's just been a thing, okay? So let's get into it. This one is gonna be about Miss Tamar, honey. Tamar Braxton, all right? And this is the situation where her and Mendeeces Harris, which is, that I know, Yandy Smith's current husband, Yandy Smith Harris, okay? So, again, I'm Erica, and again, like I said, your favorite Astro homegirl, and welcome back for those that have been riding with me, and welcome for those that are new here, and for those that are new, you know, just so you know, I like to get into the little bit of the astrology first about the persons and what they're all about, because it helps me get into a little bit more of their energy before we get down to business and get into the cards. So come on and ride with me. Now, I pulled up their charts, and so I have right now, hold on, okay, I pulled up Tamar first, all right, and it's Tamar Braxton. All right, she is a Pisces sun, as we know, dramatic, super dramatic, okay? Her birthday is March 17th, okay? So let's see a little bit more about Miss Braxton. She is the baby sister of the Braxton sisters. She's a singer, television personality, actress, you know, all of the things. She has a beautiful voice. I love when she's singing, but baby, when she brings the drama, I just don't know, Miss Tamar, okay? But of course, she is the baby sister of Tony Braxton and the Braxton sisters, okay? And of course, you know, they have a hit series that comes on TV, The Braxtons, all right? And you know Tamar got plenty of hits and songs. I love her music, okay? So she is a Pisces sun. Ooh, she's an extreme Pisces sun, okay? 26 degrees is a Rio degree. And so let's see what house this sun is in and why we get so much of the dramatism with Miss Tamar. Oh my God, she is a Pisces sun in this house of home. So can we not get more dramatic? Can we not get more dramatic? Can we not get more spiritual? Can we not get more of all of the things from Miss Tamar? The creativity, all the things, okay? And it's almost to the end, so it's an extreme degree of that. So, see, that's why it's important for us to look at the chart before we get into the cards, because now we understand why she is so extreme, okay? And let me just say this, it gets even deeper. Before I even said it's so important, her moon is also in Pisces, guys. So she's double Pisces energy. She's double emotional, double dramatic, double, girl. Oh my God. No wonder why she is just so extreme. And that moon is super extreme degree. And guess what? That's why she sings so well. Her Mercury is in Pisces. Pisces is now, and she's doing what she's supposed to do in this lifetime, you know. Pisces creative, Pisces is the industry, all right? But I'm going to say it's some things about that moon and that sun and that Mercury. It's a lot of positive aspects there in that Pisces energy, but also Pisces can, you know, kind of be excessive. It can be indulgent. It can be, they can go too far and stay too long when it comes to substances and things like that. So if you drink too much, they can do too much. They can get, you know, be caught up on drugs and all of the things. So something has to really, you know, you have to they have to find a balance. Remember, it's two fish going in different direction, okay? Now, let's see. Ooh, hey, my child. That Aries is in... This is too much, okay? So, Tamar's Venus is in Aries, and that's really extreme. And her Venus is in Aries in its house of home, Aries home. So, Venus is in her, you know, in that first house in the chart. It's fiery. It's extreme. That's why we see so much of the... I don't even know another word for extreme for her. Okay? And how she carries on and she shows up, you know. So it's like you hate it or love it when you see her with that placement, okay? Her Mars now, believe it or not, her sexual libido, where she takes action, is in Aquarius, okay? And that is in its house of home in Aquarius. No, I'm sorry. So the Mars is in its Aquarius. Her Aquarius house is aligned in its house of home where it belongs, but her Mars is in that house. So partnerships, pennies from heaven, but she can go with unconventional relationships. And I think that it's safe to say we could see what's going on, because ain't Mendeeces married. Let's just call it what it is, all right? Her Jupiter is in Taurus, so she's favored to have financial blessings. And then they say that she's the financial breadwinner right now in her family, which is not to be I mean, it's expected. You can see it right here in her chart, right? Now her Saturn, guys, is in Leo. So look, that's where the challenges lie, in her partnerships, okay, her fun house, you know, all of the things. And we see her and Funky Dineva are going back and forth. And it makes a lot of sense. I'm going to say it because her Saturn is there and Saturn is the challenges. Funky Dineva is a Leo sun. Isn't that interesting? And aren't they having issues right now? Okay? So that's why I like to see the astrology first. So this could be a karmic, you know, friendship that played out in another lifetime, and now they beefing again in this one, and they're gonna have to get it right and course correct it in order to move forward. Other than that, they're gonna have to leave in this lifetime, come back and do this all over again. It's interesting. Last, Uranus is in Scorpio, okay? So where she shakes the table is in that 8th house. And transit right now, Mercury is in Scorpio, so her secrets is coming out. Uranus done shook the table on her. So now we're seeing this happen, because 8th house is about secrets, hidden taboo subjects, and ain't she messing with somebody else's husband? Allegedly, okay? Hey, we see it. Now her Neptune is in Sag, and it's in its 9th house. So, okay. So it's like a struggle with truth and spirituality, especially with her being that Pisces sun there and moon. Okay, so we see that. And her North Node is in Libra. So in her partnership house, it is important for her to ascend in her collaborations and her partnerships. So in order for her, she really supposed to be fixing her relationships with people in this lifetime, okay? And not pissing them off, okay? This is the fact, Tamar. But her Pluto is there. So now we see where her miscommunication and her partnerships and her collaborations come in that house. So the challenge is for her to ascend and amend and learn how to not only be respectful, but be have character, have loyalty to your friends and family. And based on the way her chart is aligned, the challenges are all in there, but it's meant for her to fix it, okay? So let's get into, they didn't have a chart for Funky, but we clearly see what the issue is. Now let's get a little bit into Mendeeces real quick, because he is Mendeeces Harris, okay? He is Love and Hip Hop star celebrity. He's a Scorpio sun. His birthday is 10/26, okay? And again, the husband of Yandy Smith Harris, okay, which both of them are Love and Hip Hop celebrities. Yandy came in on Love and Hip Hop New York, and now she's here in Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, okay? Now, he's a sun in Scorpio, and before I even elaborate, let's just see what, oh, God, okay, so he a mess. He a whole mess, okay? He is a Scorpio in his house of home, but he has a huge stellium there, all right? So let's see all his placements that are in that house. He's He's in that 8th house, Scorpio. He has Mercury there and how he communicates, so he's sneaky. But also, ain't they secrets coming out right now about them two messing around? Hidden taboo subjects. We hear, right? His Mars, where he takes action. His sexual libido is there, as well as his Uranus. And hers is in there as well, Tamar's, if we go back and look. So now we see the shakeup and why the secrets just all of a sudden just bust out of nowhere. Not only are we in the planetary alignment, but these two's chart aligns in that alignment, okay? Now, Tamar, her Mars is in Aquarius, and his is in Scorpio, and her Venus is in Aries. Let's see what his is. And here, ooh. So this is like a fiery, they got real passionate, you know, sneaky, nasty, passionate connection, okay? Let's be clear. His Neptune is in Sagittarius where hers is, so they both, you know, experience the energy that you can see of shake-up of truth and spirituality. And we see him playing a lot of games back and forth with Miss Yandy. And his Pluto is in Libra. So they both, you know, connect on that energy of how they deal in their partnerships. Okay? Now his North Node is in Virgo in his partnership house. And his Saturn is there. So his challenges is, wow. So that, and hers is in Leo. How his routine, his detail, his strategy and his partnerships are challenges. Because his Saturn is there, and that's what and look, how he deal with his wife over here playing games and all the things in that 5th house. And the womb is in the Taurus house, the money house. Didn't he go to jail for, you know, situations with money and illegal dealings? Well, it's here in his Taurus house, okay? So we can see that with Mr. Mendeeces, and his Jupiter is in Leo, and it's in the home. So he always best to kind of come up on a situation in the house and home, and the Leo moon in the, okay. No, I'm sorry. His daily working routine is his house of Virgo, his North Node in strategy. So challenges and how he work, and that still goes back to him getting caught up in them streets. And you can see it right there in that daily routine and how he moved with that Saturn being there. But that Leo is in the 5th house, and the moon is also there in partnership. So with his Jupiter there, he has blessings in that area. I'm sorry. And his moon is hidden. So that's kind of like hidden star, you know, hidden celebrity, okay? But also meant to, you know, is favored in that house too. So I can see that. And then Tamar, her 5th house was that too, wasn't it? Let's look. Yeah, but she got Saturn there. Say it ain't so. So this a mess, honey. Well, let's get into Yandy. So, and I'm going to say something. Pisces and Scorpio, they are deep connection. So I can see why he, you know, is caught or cheating with Tamar. Allegedly, because she's a Pisces sun. And remember, Yandy is a Pisces sun as well, okay? So Yandy Smith, she is actually Canadian, guys. She was born in Canada, and her birthday ain't too far from Tamar. Her birthday, March 19th. And didn't I just say that's a deep connection? The Scorpio and Pisces really like each other. So we see the connection with Tamar, and we also see that Yandy is his wife, okay? And we, again, like I said, you know, Yandy is Love and Hip Hop star, known from that. And her Pisces sun house is also in the 12th house. So this is interesting. Okay, so he like I said, he has a type. We can see it. She's a 12th house Pisces sun. And her Mercury is there, and that is why she's able to do businesses very well and all of the things that she puts her hands on creatively. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. But her moon is in Capricorn. Okay, and Tamar's moon was in Pisces. So see, the reason why we're going to go ahead and call a thing, Yandy's a wife. Capricorn keeps Mendeeces grounded, okay? Because his work house and routine was that Virgo energy. So that's why they're able to work. It makes sense. You always got to look at the charts, okay? Yandy's moon is in her 10th house. And you know, that's where she shines, and she's detailed. She's a planner. She stays on top of things, and she keeps things. Her goal is she's controlling, but also to keep things under control. So I get it. Her Venus is in Aquarius, okay? So listen, he got a whole type, because remember, Tamar's placement was the same. This is something. Her Mars is in Libra, and it's in its partnership house, okay? So this is where she take action. Her sexual libido is in that Libra house of partnerships, and Mendeeces had, that's how they had their little shake-ups, as you can see. Yeah, because he had Pluto and Libra. So at some point, they can experience an ending, which is what that people were in talks about. See how they kind of broke up, they came back together, because it doesn't have to, it could be a transformations. They done been through a lot of transformations in their marriage, where he went away to jail, that Pluto energy, and you know, ended, came back on a new note, and now they're here again with the infidelity. So, you know, it may ultimately end at some point for Yandy and Mendeeces. Her North Node is in Cancer, so that lets you know why she, and it's in his house of home. So she's there to take care of home. She's an excellent mother, but also how she cares about people and the human rights of others and activism and those things. You can see that, and she's ascending, and we may see more of that come out of her, because that's her North Node energy. Her Chiron is also on Taurus, which is the resources. And maybe it could be a situation where her and Mendeeces, his is there, that can bring the challenges to her resources, okay? So it makes sense, okay? Her Jupiter is in Scorpio, so she's able to, you know, generate and bring a lot of income in, even through her losses in the Chiron chart, okay? Because, again, Scorpio brings power and expansion, okay? So she has a powerful chart, Yandy does. And that Neptune, I think, is also in its placement of Sagittarius. So they all have a lot of similar placements. Soulmate energy could be a, you know, a tri or triple or whatever you want to call it from another lifetime playing out again in this one. So, hey, it's interesting to always see what's going on. So let's get into the messages and see what is really going on out here, okay? With Miss Tamar Mendeeces. And we got to also add in, because it is his wife. All right, let's get into it.
Finna move on to a story that I'm still up in the air about how I'm gonna respond to Tamar. Okay, but Tamar recently did an interview with L'Oreal, and I don't know. She just did something I didn't like. Take a look.
Are you aware of what really happened to you?
No, I'm not.
Or can you talk about
I can talk about it, but I'm not aware of what really happened to me.
Yeah.
All I know is that I went to a friend's birthday party. I gave a friend a birthday party. Hello.
You thought was your friend.
Well, we ain't even gonna touch on that.
Yeah.
I came home like I would normally do. Well, you kind of know the spiel. I come home, I'll take a shower, I'll wash my face, I'll come back in the kitchen. We'll have, have more.
Okay, so the rest of the interview is irrelevant. Tamar, I'm gonna speak to you directly. I never wanted what transpired between me and you to transpire. I didn't. In this moment, it's still not something that I'm very proud of. And I honestly wish that I could go back a couple months and we could be in the place that we were before this happened. But what I can't tolerate is the sly shade, the sly messiness, and this thing that you do. You do just enough. You do just enough that when somebody calls you on it, then you can dip your hands back and be like, I didn't do nothing. What? I didn't do nothing. I didn't say the person's name. Okay, you started out with...
Are you aware of what really happened to you?
No, I'm not.
Or can you talk about it?
I can talk about it, but I'm not aware of what really happened to me.
Yeah.
All I know is that I went to a friend's birthday party. I gave a friend a birthday party.
Okay. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, because I'm telling you to your damn face, you was a bold-faced, bald-headed, goddamn liar, okay? That night was never about me. You and Zoe and all the rest of them, y'all was looking for something to eat. Y'all called me and was asking me what was there to eat up in my direction. I said everything up my way closed. I was like, we could always go to Roof Chris. Y'all said, fuck it, meet me at Roof Chris. I met y'all at Roof Chris, you and Zoe. In comes walking Mendeeces and his homeboy, okay? Now, this is the third time that me and you have been hanging out, and out of nowhere, here comes Mendeeces, okay? Now, you can make of that whatever the hell you want to make of it, okay? I was tired. I wanted to go home. Y'all said we going over here to Sauce in Buckhead. Meet us at Sauce. I said, y'all, I really don't want to go. I drive my car over to Sauce. By the time I get to Sauce, Zoe calls and says, Tamar said, just leave your car at her house and we're going to go to V12. I didn't even want to go. You didn't throw me no party, love. Why are you doing this? Why is it so important for you to create this narrative like you were doing something for a friend and a friend did you so wrong? Okay? So now you and Mendeeces sneaking and dealing around. Mendeeces was behind us at the V12. Okay? He just didn't want to walk in, or they had arranged it because he didn't want to be caught up all in the mix. If you were throwing Quentin a party, Tamar, the sign would have said Quentin. The sign would have said Funky Dineva on it. Okay? Now, in fairness, it was my birthday week, and maybe in your mind, you were saying, let's go out and continue to hang for your birthday, or it's your birthday, let's hang. But to create this narrative that you went to throw a birthday party for a friend and this friend did you so wrong, that's not right, Tamar, and it's not fair to me, and my feelings are hurt behind it. My feelings are really hurt behind you trying to create this narrative. And here is what the situation is, my love. For whatever reason, you being Tamar Braxton that you are, you like running to the internet and stirring up mess and confusion and drama. It's what you like. There is no real world where anybody busts out the front of their damn mouth and then start talking about they woke up in a pool of blood and they almost died. I did not play it in this interview, but at the time in which you went to the internet, you said you woke up in a pool of blood and almost died. In this interview with L'Oreal, you mentioned that you were home with David or somebody, and they said, we need to call the ambulance. And you were like, no, we're not calling no ambulance, which suggests to me that you did not almost die. Okay. But now, since you want to be like this, let's be like this. Part of the problem with this whole thing was, Tamar, is that I was never comfortable with the relationship that you and Mendeeces had in front of me. Okay. All of that, you at the music video shoot in your booty shorts, sitting on top of him meeting us up at restaurants every time we met up. I was very uncomfortable with it. And if we gonna tell it, let's tell it all. So since you were throwing a party for a friend's birthday party, do y'all want to know why I did not get out the car and go upstairs with Tamar when we got back to her house? Because after her and Mendeeces got through kissing in the back of that goddamn car, I figured they wanted to be up there privately. That is why when we got dropped off at Tamar's house, I did not go upstairs. I got in my damn car and went home because you was sitting on his lap in that goddamn Uber and y'all ass was kissing. Okay. And the shit made me damn uncomfortable. Okay. Now, if anybody know who happened and what happened to your damn teeth, it's Mendeeces and his best friend, because they was the ones who went upstairs with you. Now, I don't know whether they was fucking your ass from the back and ran your head through the headboard or what, okay? But if anybody need to be investigated on what happened to you in your damn teeth, it need to be Mendeeces and his friend, because that's who went upstairs with you. That's who went upstairs with you. Okay? All the phone calls I got at the V12, is Tamar drunk? Why is she sitting on Mendeeces' lap like this? Why is she... or whatever that he put on them. He's suing them back for them tariffs that they... Girl, don't nobody want to talk about this, girl. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Don't nobody want to talk about none of this. All right, y'all. So I'm in here chilling, doing whatever it is I need to do. And then people start sending me stuff. And it is a letter or a statement on letterhead from Tamar's attorney's office. And so the letter reads, official statement of Tamar E. Braxton. This summer, I poured my heart into Heartbreak Retrograde, a project that includes a 6-song EP and a short film. Seeing it reach #1 on the iTunes R&B chart in the top 20 overall has meant the world to me, and your support has been incredible. That is why it's been especially painful to watch a hurtful and completely untrue rumor spread online this week, accusing me of having an inappropriate relationship with a male co-star. Let me be clear, this is a lie. It's sad that the moment you achieve something meaningful, some people choose to respond with gossip and sensationalism. The rumors don't just touch me, they touch our families, our kids, our loved ones, the people who've never asked to be dragged into this nonsense. I had hoped by now we'd see better from those who claim to report responsibility and love our people. As for me, I'm letting my lawyers take it from here. Stay focused on what I've been creating, storytelling, making music, and films for that matter. If you haven't heard Heartbreak Retrograde, yes, I hope you'll give it a listen. And I thank you again for lifting us up so high on the charts, Tamar Braxton. And success to you and your album. I just find it very odd that after you start a shitstorm, now all of a sudden you want to go focus on your project, so on and so forth, and you want to let your lawyers handle it. Well, let me tell you something. Your lawyers are about to have a whole lot to handle. I told you once, and I'm going to tell you again, I'm not one of these new bitches to doing this, baby. I'm 14 years in, been sued by some of the best. Okay, check my lawsuit record. Stayed in court with Sheree. Stayed in court with Chris Stokes. Stayed in court with XYZ Company. Stayed in court with Music Company. And I'm here to let you know, baby, it's going to take more than a little piece of statement on a lawyer's it's going to take more than a little piece of statement on your lawyer's letterhead claiming rumors about an inappropriate relationship to scare me. Because if that's the term that we're going by, inappropriate relationship, the person is claiming that you had an inappropriate relationship. If that's the thing that we're hanging on to, then baby, you, Mr. Walker, you don't even want to waste your time sending me nothing on your fax paper, because the relationship was extremely inappropriate. And I knew that this is how you was going to play it. So now we finna take it all the way back to the very beginning. I knew this was how you was going to play it. And let's be very clear here. If y'all remember when the situation first broke and about the whole mouth stuff, and I said, and the only reason you girl, I mean, there is so many places I can go with this. I asked your lime potato salad complected skin ass to leave me the hell alone months ago. And you just could not leave well enough alone. And then you want to try to piggyback off of what's going on in the blogs with the other bloggers being sued, talking about, you know, professional reporting and responsible reporting. Bitch, it don't get no more responsible than reporting what you seen with your own eyes. As a matter of fact, what I'm doing is not reporting. What I'm doing is recanting. Recanting. Reporting is when you read the paper. Reporting is when you got the information from somewhere else. Recanting is when you live the experience. You ain't finna sit up here, you or Mr. Douglas, Mr. Walker, you nor Mr. Walker finna sit up here and tell me what the hell my lived experience was. Bitch, I'm like that lady on the Women's of Brewster's Place. You left your curtains open, I synced you. Everyone thinks you're the common denominator. Speaks volumes for you. It's really sad that your antics outweigh your voice. And the saddest part about it all is that you don't even realize you're Tamar Braxton. That's the sad part. You don't even realize it. You do things to reduce yourself to such a common level. You're so common. You are so common. If this don't make you common, I don't know what does. Just old common piece of fish. Running around with a recycled piece of used up love and hip hop talent. Now the subject of blogs for something messy and not your voice. Common.
Okay, so family, let's get into Miss Tamar, because child, she got a lot going on. She has actually had a lot going on for quite some time. You know, if you think about it, she had I can't even remember, mental health. I can't keep up with her. She be all over the place. If it was a mental health scare or something like that, and then this right here, and you know, the dating and all that kind of stuff with the The other man that she was dating, he was a lawyer or something like that. That was a mess. She just had a lot going on, child. So let's start off, since it's so much with her got going on. Let's start off with her current energy and just see, what is actually what's happening right now, and then we can get down into the cards and all the good things. Okay, let's get into it. You know what? Let's clear that energy too. Tamar Braxton. Ooh, child. Let's see what's going on with Miss Tamar. I don't know what to say about Funky. I mean, he just went all the way left. Kind of started off months ago when this first started, but he really took it there this time. That common fish, that took me out. I was like, you know what? I can't take no more. Child, he is something else. Okay, so let's get into her messages. Let's clear the deck. I hope y'all doing good. I really do. Let's clear the deck first and see what's up. And then it was a situation, I think, last week where she rapped White Bird, man. That went viral. She got a lot going on. She is drama. And it's definitely in her chart. That's why I love to see the charts first, Oh, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. That's coming out, huh? She got a lot going on. Look at all them cards. That might be too many, but I guess we're going to take it. Let's see. Take my child. Let's move this down here. Like that. Okay, so any extra messages for, damn, I need to pull from the bottom and the top. Any extra messages for Tamar? Alright, yeah, there go the extra message, okay? Okay. I bet. Alright, let's unpack. Damn, the cards don't play a game on you, do it? They just come out straight to the damn point. All right. Let's line it up, baby. Damn. All right, so that's the extra messages. Ooh. Yep. Okay. Let's unpack, all right? Tamar. Okay. I'm sorry. I didn't get my eyelash appointment. Okay, so, y'all, these cards be something else. Okay, so it's interesting because these cards, when I say they get down to business, they get down to business. The first card out the deck is Judgment. And ain't that what's going on? We can't make the messages up. And it's a funny way of saying, when you see Judgment, it's like, this is a situation where right now for Tamar, in this moment, at this time, with all this going on and funky, out in her business, because clearly other people were around, and the other people that were present didn't say anything, right? But this is a lesson for her, okay? This is time for her to take self-evaluation. This is a time and an awakening time for her at this time, okay? And it's interesting because judgment is here. Judgment from the public, judgment from her family, judgment from her friends, judgment for what she's done, which is, again, a taboo situation, allegedly messing with somebody else's husband, which clearly, even though here we got to say allegedly is obviously truthfully, right? Okay, so then you have this Knight of Wands, right beside this Judgment that has come about. And her business is coming out more and more, right? So, it's safe to say that who she was dealing with is what's brought upon this current energy or current past energy, because the situation has already happened and we're here now, right? So this is reckless energy. This is just, passionate night, do all the things that they spoke on. This is what was going on. It ain't no lies here because it's right here in the cards, right? And it's interesting because she got two cards right beside each other. They are different but somewhat similar. And then it's Justice right there, right? This is her karma. So obviously when Judgment is here, and this is a situation, this ain't your first time at the rodeo, doing this type of energy, or, not caring about the repercussions behind how you moving recklessly in these relationships, whether these folks married, whether these folks in relationships or whatnot. This is how your life has been going. So Justice is here and karma is here to collect. I told y'all Saturn went direct a couple days ago. I can't make it up. And when Saturn goes direct, the karma clock starts right there. And it's 1 and 2 right here. We see it in the cards, right? And so with that Justice, a lot of people can get Justice misconstrued when they see the card, because when people see the Justice card, it's like, oh, okay, well, if it's in the upright, it's going in my favor. No. It's an energy of depending on what we're talking about. What is the reading exactly about? But Justice means karma. And Justice also represents if I acted in the upright, then it's going to go in my favor. But if I didn't act in the upright, guess what? I got to deal with the repercussions behind what has happened, right? So karma is basically funky coming at you out in all your business. And it's going to be more stuff we going to hear. It's going to keep going. It clearly, started from, it's going to go tomorrow and on and on. Her time is here, basically. So all the time that she done play, that time is up. I'm talking about playing in people's faces and all these things that she do behind the scenes and behind people's back, all right? The 9 of Pentacles is here, and, that's the energy. It's funny because when you see the 9 of Pentacles, it's about success, right? And material achievement. So, this is her saying, well, I was throwing my friend a party, but still not being accountable for what was really going on behind the scenes, right? But if you reverse this card, this card talks about, I always say that this is it's in an upright, but I always say in the reverse is the little sex worker card, right? But the card represents, shadiness, gold digger. And this not what she's not in this energy, but what I'm saying is this is what the card represents, sleeping with other people's husbands, a hoe, a reckless situation. You get what I'm saying? And so we here. And so she can take this energy, even though we know this energy represents her in reverse. This is the energy that she wants to portray to the public and to the world, where you can see I'm successful. You get what I'm saying, Tamar Braxton, but really is reckless energy here, guys. And karma is here. Just the bottom line, all right? You got this emperor energy right here. And, honestly, when you see justice and judgment and that emperor like that, this could represent, again, this still is reckless energy. It's like aligning with the same cards, right? But this could be her dealing with, again, like I said, allegedly Mendeeces, right? Because he is a father, correct? And a husband. Let's be clear. And so this is you having inappropriate relations with somebody you ain't got no business having no relationship with. And this also represents his reckless actions in the process and the interim of it all right? I'm going to say this too, and this was what I was going to say before I went to that. That emperor can also represent Tamar with that justice and judgment here having father issues in her life, okay? It can definitely represent, this is why this, her issues from her childhood with, or either the relationship with her father spills over into how she, is handling her current life and love life right now. Let's just be real. We're going to always call a thing a thing. Then you have, this Queen of Wands in reverse, it's the energy of, when you see that Queen of Wands, this is how reckless energy, the two of them. Because that Queen of Wands in reverse is spiteful, can be nasty, but also this Wands and this fiery energy, Wands, this is a passionate connection. And pay attention to how Funky Dineva described it. They was kissing all over each other and all that. You get what I'm saying? It was a real fiery, passionate connection. So you can clearly see it here in the cards, right? And so this is like a vengeful and just also when the Queen of Wands is in reverse, vibing low. Just a lowbrow energy, as well as with her not coming forward, having low confidence. Okay? Look, the Tower moment is here. It's happened. Because justice and judgment showed up. So, this is what has happened. Okay? And now, it's all over the, blogs. All over the internet. Everywhere. So, this is the moment she's experiencing, right? And look, it's so interesting because the Tower card, I got to pick both of them up so y'all can see that. That's crazy as hell. Look, the Tower is right there with the damn lovers because this is what she was doing. So shit she didn't have no business doing. Ain't that crazy? Tamar girl. Whew. Was just done started arguments and conflicts and fights, And look, sneaky link, sneaking around. Ain't got no business with that Two of Swords in there. And then this is a lot of her playing games and just, how can you, I'm trying to say it to y'all what I'm saying. Because when you see the Two of Swords, it's like a stalemate. It's like it done caused this connection to come to a standstill. But at the same time, willing to see your faults, your dirty ways, willing to own up to the fact that you the reason why this situation is happening. but yet you want to blame it on someone else. You want to put this situation off on, you know, I'm gonna call the law. You know, not facing what it is that you got yourself into. You get what I'm saying? Pursuing Funky Dineva as a cover when what it is right here. We can see it in the cards, right? And now you want to play a game of juggling. And this also represents this man juggling. Because he married. So he over here, he over there. You see the twos? It's consistent. Two of Pentacles, you know, Two of Swords. Y'all see that? And let me just say this. When you see this, they've been messing around longer than just what y'all heard Funky Dineva say. Because, I mean, I know this supposedly happened a while back. But even before that, they've been dealing with each other for a while. Right? Now she want to go sit in isolation. You know. And just avoiding... You know, again, she throw a rock and hide her hand energy. Tamar. You know, not owning up to her bullshit. Not owning up to what she does. But when she does do something, go back and go sit back, withdraw and say, you know what? And act like you didn't do it. It's crazy. She feel like this her project that she was working on, that music project. You see it. And it ain't go nowhere. And you know why it didn't go nowhere? Justice and judgment right there. You wasn't doing right no way. The whole shit was a sham. She played in all our face. Look at that, Two of Swords in reverse. And said he was just her what she got in the paperwork, he just her co-star, her co-host. Yeah, he was helping you all right. He was helping you out between your legs. Allegedly. You got like I said, with that Eight of Pentacles, that's, you know, work with no rewards, basically. So, you know, from my understanding, they're saying that the actual album was mediocre and it is not successful. And then again, you have that Hermit card. So she got two cards of, you know, going within right now and being withdrawn. And if you can think about it, we ain't heard her say nothing yet. I don't know if she's gonna say nothing tomorrow, but this is the energy where she playing a game in front of people. She's in self-pity. She's sad, you know, feeling like she hurt, like somebody did her wrong. When she the one, her actions is wrong. And she got to own up to her bullshit. So that's her current energy, guys. Let's see what's yeah, we can see she messing with that man. That's a and look, 3 cards of isolation. How I said that sitting off to the side. She wanna act like she in her own imprisonment, right? But she also feel like everybody like, ooh, she messing with somebody's husband. Ooh, she, you know, it's the energy of that as well. You know? That's crazy. Tamar, you are a mess, girl. Let's pull some of these T cards and see what's up. I want to pull from this one and this one. I like all of them, but let's just see. Ain't no exact order, but let's clear the deck and see. Child. So she been messing with Mendeeces, allegedly. Y'all clearly can see that as well in the card. We're gonna ask, we gotta ask how. We're gonna ask about Funky, but we need to ask how, what's up with him. And then we're gonna ask how Yandy feel. You know? Let me shuffle it. Give me some. Tamar Braxton. Tamar, please. Tamar Braxton. Take it because of the way I almost did. That's why I stayed. I'm going to take it back because it did go back in. So let's start. Makes sense. Tamar. Tamar Braxton. There we go. Yeah. Tamar. There they go. Okay, so we're gonna leave those like that. And this thing is this. Let's clear the deck. Let me get a few of y'all. The cards be a mess, don't they, y'all? That should be crazy. You be flipping it, and then the messages that come out will just blow your mind. I like that other deck too. Let me see. Alright, so let me see. Tamar Braxton. Tamar Braxton. Tamar Braxton. Thank you, sweetheart. We'll take it. Tamar Braxton. Alright, let's take that and see what's going on. Alright, so let's unpack. Let's start with these. They don't go in no particular order, just messages that we get out with Miss Tamar. Okay, you ready? Throwing hands, disagreements, hostility, and animosity, conflict, and fighting. Okay, so this could be in regards to when she said that she woke up with her, teeth missing and her face was in a pool of blood. All right, so here we go. We're going to ask about that too. Spilling the beans, revealing secrets, cats out the bag, untrustworthy. Y'all see that? And look, ain't that what's happening right now with the situation? She got high vibe and good vibes, living to the fullest, enjoying the present. So that was when they were, quote unquote, supposed to be celebrating. This to me is the energy of Funky when he said it was his birthday, right? Then you have cock blocking, inaccessible, third party interferences, failed sexual attempts. Okay, so third party interferences, we can see some mess going on here, and maybe that was the energy of Funky Neva, cock blocking. Hey, it's crazy. These cards are a mess. So new boo, new love, learning each other, flirtation. That was her and Mendeeces, allegedly. Y'all see that? Turn, party animal, sex, drugs, alcohol, indulging in surface pleasures. Ain't that what was going on? And that might be a lot of what was going on when her teeth and her was missing and her face was in that pool of blood, okay? And then supersize me, doing too much, excessive, overindulgent. So we can tell that it was a whole party going on. It had went to the extreme, a lot of high energy, high vibing, sex, drugs, alcohol, and it got, and look, some kind of way, something went wrong. Hostility, animosity, conflicts, and fighting. And then, of course, that's what they're doing right now, going back and forth on the internet, right? All right, so let's see. Ooh, y'all, this is crazy. Okay. Look, snack, obsession, physical attraction, sex appeal. Okay, Tamar, that's what she feeling like, or that's what you and these feeling like about each other. Kinky ways, y'all, fantasies and fetishes, sexually open, looking to explore. Hey, who's to say that ain't why the damn teeth was missing? They said she went up there with 2 men, right? Maybe that was the interference. Caught blocking. Interesting. Heart to heart, deep conversations, intimate discussions, blunt and honest. Okay. Well, we can see this Funky is doing just that, right? Look, Bunny and Clyde, ride or die, us against the world, dedicated partnership. Honey, is that how she feel about Mendeeces? That's something. Red flag, warning signs, take heed in a risky situation. Didn't I say she, you know what, we can't make the messages up that her for doing what she ain't got no business. And remember I said with that justice and that judgment, the warning signs are there, right? Then she got graduation day, leveling up, lessons learned, acquired wisdom. She ain't got no option but to move forward. Remember I said in her messages, you know, this is lessons learned. You know, she's getting some lessons from this, okay? Fed up, over it, not having it, frustrated. So she's frustrated right now with, you know, how everything is going and it's all out on the internet like that, right? And then you got repo, default on payments, financially incapable, repossessed assets. So I don't necessarily know if that represents her per se, but maybe this is a situation where, it says she always helping people. She could be even helping him. You never know. That's interesting though. And then they say she was in the energy of helping her sister, or either her sister owe her money from helping her, if I'm not mistaken. So let's get the energy around what happened that night, right? Let's clear the deck. Let's see. You can see some shit popped off. That's why I said, let's see what's going on. Good guys. Around the energy of Tamar Braxton. Energy around what happened that night. She woke up in a pool of blood and her teeth was missing. Energy around what really truly happened that night. She really just wake up like that. Let me see. Really happened to her. She woke up in a pool of blood. Really happened here. Messages. What really happened in spirit? Tamar, what really happened? Okay. Let's take it. Okay. Let's see, because she got quite a few messages. So let's slide these over. Alright. Let's see what the hell happened. Or possibly, hopefully see. You know? Let's see. Okay, let's unpack. Oh, my bad. I was already face down. Okay. Let's see. Interesting. I'm sorry for the pause, y'all, because she got a lot going on, right? Okay, so that night, she's herself right here, coming in as herself, Queen of Cups, okay? She's a, Pisces sun, as we know. So she started off in her energy, whatever went on that night, right? And as she moved forward, or whatever she had going on, the 9 of Wands is here, okay? So somewhere along the way, challenges started. A challenge happened. A situation that occurred. And remember, she said, well, I just left my friend's party, and then things started to kind of escalate. The Justice is here in reverse with that. So it's like, it's the dishonesty, right? This the sneakiness. This is the... First of all, she was doing what she didn't have no business doing. Remember I said that? And that's why the card of karma came out. This showed up in her card. But it's showing that she started off with whatever she had going on, and somewhere along the way, when she got to her house, first of all, she was doing what she didn't have no business doing anyway. But the challenges began, right? When you see that Ace of Swords in reverse, that's clearly, a situation that went to hell. It went to shit, basically. This is arguments that went on. So she was once the challenge came, it's like she started off as herself, and then she went into this, she probably was running her mouth, whatever, doing what she do. And then this situation went all the way left, right? Because the Ace of Swords right here shows the arguments, the hostility. This is confusion. So a whole bunch of confusion, right? And so it could have even had a disagreement about money too, because it's here. Maybe it was an agreement that she had with somebody, or what they agreed, and maybe in this energy, it was a disagreement though that went on, right? That shit went out of hand though, because you can see it here in the cards, right? And then she called herself hiding, going within, which is what she did do until she woke up and came out with the, underhanded news. But the news wasn't truthful though, because the Page of Wands is here, right? Wands are about news. So she thought about it like, how am I going to swing this, narrative? What am I going to say to the public? When really she shouldn't have said nothing at all, honestly. She should have just been quiet. I can't remember who came out and said what, but maybe she had to say something because of Funky Dineva, right? Because he outed her, because she was messing with that man she had no business dealing with, right? But I'm going to say something too when I look at the cards, and it just gave me a plot twist. Sometimes I have to take a moment to unpack, right? But I'm going to say something, y'all. Let's talk about it. We always do. Yeah, she is a Queen of Cups. But she could have got challenged by Yandy. Yandy a Queen of Cups. And Yandy might have caught wind of what went on and came in that damn... Some kind of way she showed up. Look at this 9 of Wands with that Justice in reverse. And then look at this, the argument, the confusion, the fight, right? She tried to stay away from her in some aspect, but it's here. And then you got the 7 of Pentacles, in reverse right here, that's about, you know, unfinished business, unfinished situation. So in this regard, they must, you know what I'm saying, even though Yandy is quiet, which that could also represent the Hermit, or her and Mendeeces could very well even be separated. We just don't know it. But if they together on some level, this is the energy of when I say, you know, like, girl, you already knew what was up. Like, she already got wind. She just not coming to the internet for us to see her part of what she knows in this whole thing, right? Because the High Priestess is here. And this is about the secrets that are coming out, the confusion, right? And of course, we're hearing about it, but it's way more to this story than what we know, because it's here in the cards. And look, when you see that Empress in reverse, that's negligence. You know, insecurity, just like, again, reckless energy. Wow. So this is the news, of course, that we're hearing. Wands to me represent passion. You know, this is the sexual connections that's going on. We're hearing a little bit, but it's so much more, many layers to this, right? And this is a real strong sexual energy. And with that Empress in reverse energy, you know. Then, you know, I always pull from the bottom and the top. And it's like it's unresolved issues here. This is a situation that's unresolved. Like, they still dealing with this behind the scenes. We just can't see it. And look, this is an affair. The sun shines light on things, right? And look, this is the Lover's card. Tamar, girl. So, I ain't trying to be funny. I hate to, you know what I'm saying, take a pause, but it's a lot to see. It's a lot that could have went on. And the plot twist could be that Yandy showed up. And that's why them damn teeth missing and her face was in a pool of blood. The thing is, even when you saw that Hermit card and you saw that this one is her getting her teeth fixed, you know, getting the situation, trying to fix the situation, right? As the Page of Wands saying before the and her trying to figure out, because the news is still ain't right. When it's in reverse, it's negative news, because you came out with, I woke up in a pool of blood, right? So this is her trying to work on fixing it, but the secrets still are coming out. Y'all see that with that High Priestess that was in reverse, right? But her trying to figure out a way to fix it and to hide what's going on. So she ain't letting y'all know that Yandy whooped her ass. Damn. Y'all, I don't be expecting to see all this stuff. Sometimes, it's crazy how the cards can be, right? And all this is alleged, but I'm just saying this. Y'all see the messages. So, hey, I can't make it up, right? All right, so let's ask, because this is going long. Let's ask, damn. So I'm going to say that was the plot twist that we could possibly see. And then y'all can also see the plot twist as well on how it backed it up in the T cards that we pulled, right? Or the Oracle message cards, right? So let's ask real quick before we get out of here. What is current energy for Mendeeces, right? Because, child, that's a mess. And we can even pull real quick on this. Let's see. Ooh, that's a lot, right? Let's see. Damn. These are the cards you need for that situation. And then Mendeeces clearly has a type because Yandy is a Pisces and so is Tamar. So that's interesting if y'all, you know, paying attention to it all, right? And then Scorpio and Pisces is a real deep connection. Scorpio sun. Let's see, 26. Hey, thank you, son. Thank you, baby. Mendeeces, Harris. Ooh. Y'all, the plot twist is that Yandy done pulled up. I was like, kept trying to, I'm sorry I had to go so slow with them cards, but when you start seeing it, when you can see it, it's almost like the story plays out in your face too while you reading them. And sometimes you just have to take a pause so you can see what you're seeing. The spirit gonna show you you know what you're looking at, right? So Mendeeces, okay. We're just gonna take what drop. Hey, okay, her face up so y'all can see that, right? Mendeeces. Current. Damn. All right, let's take that and let's see. Damn. They came out all at once. Tamar, girl, you got some shit. You got some stuff with you, girl. Pisces, child. I'm just gonna do them like that. All right, let's unpack, y'all. Child. Y'all gonna be like, what the hell, right? Oh my God. This motherfucker here. Excuse my French. Ooh. YouTube, don't demonetize me, please. I'm coming. Okay, let's talk about it. Child, we can't make up the messages mode. When I say the cards be telling folks business and just out in their ass. Listen, the fool card is here. Okay. Look, and ain't that a fact? He's a whole fool out here reckless in these streets. You see that? The foolishness of it all. Just out here just carrying on. Knowing that he was married. Allegedly, right? And so by the way that he been carrying on, so let me just say this. When you see the fool card, Tamar ain't the only situation. He been acting reckless, period. Okay? It's more than one woman. It's his energy, his actions, how he been moving is just shady and reckless. And it brought upon that what? Tower moment. He's been caught before, right? But he wasn't expecting for it to, boil over in this regard. And I don't know what he thought playing the lover in her actual, video and stuff. Just playing in folks' place. That's the fool card too. A whole fool out on camera with this girl playing in her whatever it is, the little movies for her CD. And here's the betrayal. That's treachery. That 10 of Swords. You finally hit the fall. Finally. This is doing all this shit behind this girl back. Cheating on your wife. Over here, over there. Look at it. Look at that. The treachery of it all. And look, he be playing so many games and gaslighting and just playing Knight of Cups. And that's his energy. Y'all, do y'all see this soul family? Oh my God. Mendeeces, you need your ass whooped. You really do. Look at your cards. You a whole piece of boy. The gaslighting, the game playing, baby. He be making all kind of promises. And I'm talking about telling them all type of stuff that they want to hear. So he can get everything he wants. Y'all see that? But you know, the energy of this reckless energy is what has brought him the chaos. It's like everything just, with the tower moment, just blowing up. Over here, over there. You know, you getting revealed. Look, you can't make the messages up. He got the 7 of Swords. All his cheating is being revealed. You see that? All his secrets and all his mess and all his lies and bullcrap is coming out. Can y'all see that? That is wild, ain't it? So now look, just like this 8 of Wands saying he sitting down because he like, man, he had like, oh man, I done got busted. Chariot in reverse. Just sitting back like, knowing, look, done got out. It's going to be some more stuff come out about him too. That's crazy. And look, because he out here acting reckless, doing all the things and being vindictive about it, you know, and just carrying on with an air, knowing you wrong, knowing he wrong. But I'm going to say this though, his reckless energy may cost him, because this may be very well a situation, possibly and allegedly, because this is about a new cycle. So when you see this, I was wondering why them cards came out like that, right? In a conglomerate. And that's the 2 of Wands, because that's his, you know, his poor decisions. Look, all the games he playing back and forth with her over there, back and forth with Tamar, whatever he got going on. But that new cycle can represent that what? Divorce coming ahead. Or separation if they've already said that they were in separation. And we saw quite a bit of the Hermit card throughout the cards, right? And that can represent that they may put on a good front for the world to see, but they may very well be, you know, on some level living separately. But if they are legally married, or, you know, to me, if you say you married, your wife. Just like Kevin, what's his name, try to play a game with Drika, but the truth is here, right? It looks like the inevitable new cycle will be ahead, possibly, allegedly divorce, right? And you can see it here in the cards, the conflicts, the fights. Remember I said it's more than one person in the mix, not just Tamar, because look at the 3 of Swords, look at the heartbreak, and look at the 5 of Swords. Mendeeces is a mess. So he already done brought strife on his marriage, his relationship, in all kind of different ways, which this ain't the first time we've heard him get caught, but you know, I think since it's Tamar, it's like even more out loud, like that Page of Wands energy, right? And look, look at how he is, just risking it all, you know. And he really need to get it together, making some bad investments too. Because it looked like, you know, with that 6 of Pentacles, it's like he be moving around so he can come up on money. That Knight of Cups, this could represent him laying on a few women, and a few women might be, you know, taking care of him. Or he may be trying to, move around and get deals so he can get other things going, because he done been to prison already. And I'm sure you can see this energy in the cards where he don't want to go back. So he gonna do what he gotta do. He gonna finesse. He gonna figure out some ways to generate some finances, okay? And bring, different ways of businesses for him to be able to keep moving, living how he live and doing what he does. But he's a whole cheater. Y'all see that? Child, that's a mess, ain't it? Let's, we're going to ask about Yandy and get out of here. But I got to pull a few of these, y'all. I'll just do this one, because I know we going long. I hate to have to go so long. So let's clear the energy and let's add some T cards on Mendeeces, where we see his mess, though. But let's see. Child. He is a cheater. Wow. Scorpio sun. Okay. Yeah, Tamar gassed up. Then he on them message cards. Bunny and Clyde. Honey, she feeling him. New boo. He out here reckless with it too. Come on, let's see what's up. Extra messages for Mendeeces. Child, that was sneaky, man. That was hilarious. It didn't pop out though. Okay. Yeah, same energy though. Same cards. So, look, imposter, fraud, stolen identity, faking it. Okay? Remember I just said it kind of showed in the end of them cards him, gaslighting and playing games and doing what he need to do to get some pinnacles, some money out of some of these women. Just watch and pay attention, okay? Booty call, beck and call, sexual invitation, all about sex. Y'all see that? So he just listen. It was in the messages, was in the cards. You can't make it up, and that's all what he got going on too, right? Buttering up. Didn't I say that? I can't make the messages up. Using charm and persuasion for personal gain and finesse. Didn't I just say he was finessing some folks? I got to always stand on what I'm seeing and not hold back, because y'all, this is like a new journey for me with this reading these cards. It is a lot of fun, but it's also, it can kind of get scary because and the reason why it can be scary at times is because you have to have integrity. Like my chief say, you reading on people's real situations. So you have to come with the most honesty that you see, whether people don't like it or not. So it's like, I'm always working on how to articulate it in the best way, but I'm going to always keep it a book and keep it real. It's funny. Oh, body shaming, low self-worth, negative body image, feeling judged. So he might, try to do that to people to play games, finessing, like mind games for people, right? He got snacks, sex appeal, physical attraction, irresistible desire. Girl, he a mess, ain't he? Fuego, chemistry, intense passion. Things are heating up. And remember I said that was an intense passion with him and Tamar. Then you got fed up, over it, not having it, frustrated. And that could be, Yandy. And didn't I say that fight happened? I said that was Yandy that pulled up. I'm telling you, look. Throwing hands, disagreements, hostility and animosity, conflict and fighting. And remember, that came up in Tamar messages. So that could be allegedly, letting us know that what I was saying was right. And that's the fight where her teeth was missing and then the polluted. But she know what that was about. And that could be solidifying with these messages because the fight came out twice. That Yandy is the one who put hands on her, right? Because of what was going on. Ain't that something? Get a couple extra messages from Mendeeces. And let's ask about how Yandy feels, and then we get out of here. Child. Mind games. Didn't I say it? Manipulation, gaslighting, and scare tactics. You know what? The messages be the messages, don't they? You can't make them up. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. So let's get on out of here. Let's see. Let's just do Yandy and get out of here and see what's up. So, all right. I'm glad y'all be riding with me, because I be like, it's just my process. I know everybody got their ways of how they able to pull it, but let me clear the cards. It's just be my way, but hey, you see, we be seeing what's coming out, so sometimes you gotta have a little patience, but we get to see it. And it really do be happening in real time, don't it? It's crazy. Thank you, Spirit. This is sweet, guys. I've seen her a few times. She actually is good friends with my big sister, Ebony. And now I see why she's standoffish and she don't really fool with people. Because look at the shit that be going on. You can't really deal with these women, honey. It'd be a mess. I get it, Andy. I get it, baby. I see. Can't. I like, well, she don't never really speak, but I don't even think it's personal. Look at all what she going through and what she been through. You know? Let's see. Yandy's okay. All right. Pisces. Yandy's. Damn. Okay. Yep. She had a few extra messages actually. So Yandy Smith Harris. I asked for extra messages though. Please give me some extra messages. So Yandy. Damn, that's too many. Yes. That's a lot of cards. This is a lot of cards, y'all. Look at that. A lot of the same messages, too. Let's unpack, though. I'll pull them down, you know, one by one as we go. Oh. She mad as fuck, y'all. Excuse my French. She real mad. She real mad. She mad. And that card, that energy of fed up was her. Because the first card out for her is the devil card. And it's in reverse. It's like she's sick and tired of being sick and tired of Mendeeces and his toxic ways. You know, the lies, the games. And this can also represent that she do her own thing too. When you see that devil card in reverse, okay? So it's the energy of a little bit of it all is here, right? She got the 8 of Cups. And it's like, with all the stuff that they're going through. So basically, I'm going to just take this for what it is. The relationship with her and Mendeeces is very toxic, guys. It's like, ugh, okay? And she tries her best to stay and not walk away from this marriage, all right? No matter how toxic it gets, you know, how tough things become, her goal is to not walk away. Because you know why? She really loves him. Ace of Cups. She really loves this man. But he make it so hard, okay? And this is her energy. Her Knight of Swords energy, she is strategic and reckless on how she handle him. Don't think that she ain't paying attention to what's going on just because you ain't heard her or whatever, you know, come out publicly. But just know, she don't play no games. You see that Knight of Swords? This can also, you know what? I'm going to just, allegedly, you always got to say allegedly. But when you see this Knight of Swords and the Five of Swords beside each other, she will take my ass and knock all them teeth out her fucking mouth. Period. And it's just what it is. Y'all see that? She don't play. She don't play. And this is a soulmate connection, but it's toxic. And like I said, she got the Six of Cups. So it's like, this is just, in that devil there. It's like, I just don't want to walk away from my marriage. I want to make it work. This is my love. This is my husband. This who I got my children with. You get what I'm saying? But this, and she just like, oh, it's been a struggle. Look, 9 of Wands again. And wasn't that Tamar first card? I said, this could be Yandy with this. Because look at the fight. Child. Queen of Wands. Came through with a vengeance. Didn't I say it? Came through. Whooping ass. Ooh, these cards be telling the deal. And look, even though I said it, they could be separated. There go that Hermit card again, right? That could represent them being separated. But at the same time, it can also represent, like I said, you know, not being in the forefront right now. But she present even though you think she ain't present, right? Star card. You know, she just like, she getting to a breaking point. Because it's also a time of, like I said, Saturn done went direct. So that Hermit card is a spiritual card. It's like you know, you withdrawn. It's kind of like you going through a spiritual awakening, an awakening of the energy of, do I want to keep moving forward in my life like this? Do I want to keep allowing my life to go on with all this toxicity? So, you know, this is a time for her to go within and a time for her to, you know, rely on her faith and, you know, her spirituality. Because right now, she's feeling low. She feels sad. She feels hopeless about this whole, her marriage and her relationship is here. Look, she don't want to let go, so it's a struggle. She trying to find, you get what I'm saying, the rainbow in it all. This is what, to me, when you see that Six of Wands, it is, she does have successful businesses and things like that. And, you know, stuff that she has going on. But to me, this just represents her, you know, her business being out in the forefront, even with her not even, kind of not being in it, but in it, right? Because we know that he's married to her and he over here messing with Tamar, right? And a whole lot of other people, as we could see. Here he go, husband in reverse, because he reckless. And look, Page of Swords, news, it's all over the media. Didn't I say it? So if I would have probably laid these cards out in a 6 point, I was like, it's not, even though we know she has successful business, this is about the news being all over the place, right? But I'm going to tell you something. Look at that Wheel of Fortune again in reverse. This is her wanting to resist not moving to the new cycle. But this is like unwanted changes ahead. It's like the inevitable. The way things are going, they're going to, look, still more fights ahead, more conflict. And it's motion energy, right? About plans, about how they're going to move forward, about him dealing with all these different people. But the inevitable change is there, where they may finally, like you can see it in his cards, go ahead and this chapter can end in this energy. Especially with that eclipse coming in at the top of the year next year, because we ain't far from the top of the year. We only, a few weeks out of December. December will be over with in no time. And look, Page of Pentacles in reverse, right? Same shit with Mendeeces and his money. Finessing. It's been long. We'll pull a few T cards for her and get out of here. I love y'all. Thank y'all for riding with me. This been real interesting, ain't it? With Tamar and a whole little throuple. Is that what we call it? And a whole saga and her drama. The saga continues, right? Let's see. Yandy Smith Harris. She pissed though, y'all, but it's toxic in a lot of ways because her hands ain't all the way clean either with that devil card coming up. But they just, you know, she trying to hold on to a marriage and a family. And even when I saw the other cards, I just didn't pull them off. It was like the Ten of Cups and that Chariot in reverse, which was his same card that came out in the messages. And if you look at that, right, it's still just the energy of her trying to hold on to her family. That's what I wanted to say. Okay? So that is the stance that she wants to take of it all right? Damn. Let's get some extra messages with Yandy. Yeah, same messages coming out. Child. Whew, let's get out of here. Look. You got laid up, cuddle session, intimate moments, escaping, you know, the world together, sneaky link, hidden lover, low-key situationship, side piece. Spilling the beans, revealing secrets, cats out the bag, untrustworthy. We know that. Look, receipts, evidence, guilty as charged, exposed. Can't make it up. Y'all see this? Morning after, up all night, late night rendezvous, spending the night. Imposter, fraud, stolen identity, faking it. You saw that Page of Pentacles. It might even be some news come out about Mendeeces and his finances. Let's just watch and see, right? Vibe, sensing something, unexplainable feeling, listening to intuition. I'm telling you, my yearning, missing someone, reminiscing. Could be a situation, like I said, where they kind of, you know, she want to make it work. They're together but apart. And I know that sounds crazy, but I know y'all know what I mean. And, ooh, knocked up. Pregnancy, baby on the way, expecting. Let's hope that that ain't the case for Mendeeces. And we don't know. Yandy could maybe want to have another baby, you know. And so, the cards are pretty much, you know, through and through. Okay, guys? Penny pinching. Look, financial struggle, saving up and budgeting. Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? My boo, official status, exclusive relationship, seeing each other openly. Graduation day, leveling up, lessons learned, acquired wisdom. All right, remember I said her intuition, you know, kicking in and some things that she going within, making some decisions in this new cycle for her. So, that was Yandy, that was Tamar, that was Mr. Mendeeces, and he is a piece of okay, guys. Let's just call a thing. So I love y'all, soul family, and this has been cool. It's a lot to unpack, so I hope y'all enjoyed it. You know I'll be back again. We got Sydney Sweeney coming up, and it should also be Candy and Todd, and that should be quick update on them. So I love y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to comment on who y'all want to see next. And I got y'all personals coming too. So peace and love, and enjoy this Gemini full moon. See y'all soon. Thanks for watching the Common Corner Show. Peace and love, soul family, and I'll see you guys in the next one.